Well, welcome back, Madcap Toys fans. You are back in the toy barn. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I know we sure did. But before we begin, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Subscribe to the Madcap Toys family. We want you to be a part of us. Also, make sure you hit the bell for all notifications because each and every time we upload content, of course, you're going to be the first to know, and comments, you know we love them, so just keep them coming. We had a really good weekend, not only with sales, of course, but also we had a surprise happen yesterday that we're going to share in just a couple minutes with you. So basically what had happened is we had got up yesterday morning, Saturday morning, and we didn't think we would probably find any yard sales because of the rain and the crazy weather that's happening in the Midwest. Well, Daren looked on his phone after he got a shower and he received a text from a lady that we went to one of her yard sales last year. And she said, can you guys come over to my job? I have something for you. There is a collection that I received of a bunch of vinyls and cassettes. And I think it was vinyls, cassettes, and DVDs and a few games. And wanted to see if you guys wanted, to check them out. She said, I don't want them. They're in my way. There's a lot. We only knew at the time, we thought it would only just be about a box. But it wasn't. It was so much more. So I'm going to show you right now. All right, guys. So we had come upon this. So at first it looked like it was just like a box of just different things. And then all of a sudden she started opening up the doors and finding, a bunch of other stuff. So we were really, really excited. So of course in this box we've got a lot of DVDs, including a lot of children's DVDs, which are really cool. And I made sure before we recorded that last night, me and Daren went through and counted everything to make sure we knew what we had, what we got into it for what we spent. And also make sure that we had all the, everything in place. All the DVDs were in their spots, the cassettes, vinyls, all that good stuff. So it took about an hour or so. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, as you can see, we got a lot of children's DVDs, etc. But that is not all. That is just the one box. On the bottom, you'll see the number 81. In this little cardboard box here, we actually have a bunch of CDs, 81 CDs in that box as well. So that box, this potato chip box, and then coming over here, yes, we have a whole stack of CDs. So a lot of different genres. Anything where from different, here's some jazz, of course we have some country, I saw gospel, a lot of things like this where people would buy just different decades. Like of course this is a jukebox, but like the 60s and so forth. And majority of all this is in original cases too, which was really, really, really cool. Like I said, we got some gospel things like that. So a lot of different ones and a few 80s. So this was, I can't remember what the total was in this particular one, but I'll tell you all of it in a second, what it came up to. And then of course, not only that, we got some more DVDs. So this is just filled with DVDs, as well as we got a couple of cassette tapes thrown in there as well. And then that's not it. So also we've got another tote full of vinyls. So you can see there's Streisand, sorry guys, Streisand and Christopherson, the what is it, Smothers Brothers there, Earth, Wind and Fire. So just a lot of different types of genres. Oh, I know this one, I think. Yep. Ray Parker Jr., absolutely. Guy that sung the Ghostbusters. But yeah, just different stuff from the 60s, 70s, 80s. And then also over here, we have some more vinyl records as well. Of course, when I'm showing to you, everything's upside down, But, But here's some from the Heaters. I don't really recall them. Rod McEwen. Glenn Campbell, of course. Just Kenny Rogers. Just a lot of different things. I think I even have from the 80s a Bonnie Tyler vinyl as well. So that's what we got yesterday. So Daren was just wiped out carrying all these to the SUV while I was making the deal with him. Actually, all of this came to 591 pieces. And with that 591 pieces, we paid $175 cash, which equaled out to a total of 30 cents per item. So we think we did pretty good. We're not gonna, make a lot of bank. Of course, it's dealing with mass. But our whole goal for this is because of those free listings that eBay allots us for media, it's gonna fill a lot of those up. And also too, we usually make a few bucks per, and there may be some gold mines in here, a few, so that is also going to help as well. So 30 cents a piece, again, paid $175, 591 pieces there, so not too bad. All right, so we are back in the Toy Barn officially, but I wanted to share with you guys that buy that we didn't expect that happened that we are so happy about. So we haven't started listing those items yet because we still have the other yard sale that we went to the weekend before to finish those up. Then that alone was like 450 items. So we're still working on that. So it's really exciting to find something or get a buy that you weren't even expecting. So pretty cool just the same. All right, so we're going to get to it, guys. Not really anything much to say on the sales part. Sales have been kind of consistent. But it just seems like there has been a couple of lulls overnight in the past few nights. I don't know why. eBay issues. I've heard people across the board stating again that they have had system errors and all of that. So that's what I assume. So sometimes early morning we're not getting either any sales or maybe one or two. But it seems to pick up a little bit throughout the day. So we are going to talk about. We're going to pick up where we left off with Madcap Toys, what sold at Madcap Toys the last week. So we have more and more sales coming in. This is Sunday. Actually, I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon. Tomorrow and Monday, which you're seeing that now, we have at least a couple of bags or more full of packages that we do have to ship out in the AM. So pretty excited about that. And then, of course, I think I've got to do a little bit more fulfillment for a few orders that trickled in late last night. So pretty excited. So we're going to get to it. So Madcap Toys, we're going to share with you 15 items that we sold over the last few days within this last week. And they have already been shipped out, and they are on a mail truck on their way to the people that now own those items. So a lot of cool stuff across the board. A lot of media still. Clothing, of course. As you've seen last week with some videos, a lot of coins, just different items that have been happening, and really excited to share those with you across the board. I didn't honestly know that with Madcap Toys we had that many to catch up with you on. So we have some significantly more, and there have been new sales going on as we speak. Madcap Toys Plus actually has had a real good weekend with more and more items being sold and a lot of different things, and not really have had to ask for really any major offers or deals. Just people are taking advantage of everything, including the March discount. As you guys know, today is the last day of the month for being a Monday, so starting April the discounts change. So for Madcap Toys Plus, it's going to go back to the original reset on 10% off. And I think Daren said he's going to do 15 on the regular store, 15% off. So, little changes. So if people want to purchase, items at 20, now is the time to do that. So, let's get to this. Yeah. So we're starting the second quarter already, starting in April 1st on a Tuesday. It's just amazing how quickly the year has gone by so far. It's just amazing. We're already in the next 24 hours, being into the 4th month of the year. It's insane. It's a good insane, but insane nonetheless. All right. So today I am out here to get to share with you all of this because my youngest son called me and said, Mom, if you're going to do some stuff outside, you better wrap it up because within the hour we're supposed to get possible tornado weather, thunderstorms, hail, tornado stuff. So it's like, great. So I wanted to be out here to be able to share with you these items that we sold before that happens, so I don't get caught in the mess, right? Let me know in the comments below how your weather's been, if you guys are experiencing some wacky, wild weather in the last couple of days. I know it's been nice, the increased temperatures, but yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this tornado bit at all. Whenever it's spring around here, we always get stuff like that, and it's scary all the same, for sure. All right. So we are going to pull the first one up. The first one was, and the guy already received it and gave us a positive feedback. So thank you so much if you're watching. It is a castle part. Come up there. Okay. It is a castle part from, I believe it is Masters of the Universe. Yep. 1980s vintage Masters of the Universe, or we call it MOTU around here. It's an acronym for Masters of the Universe. Mattel castle part. I think it's towards the top, but I don't know. I'm not uneducated on that. This is found in the odds and ends tote, and this one's going out to Ismail. Has already went out to him. Positive feedback. Thank you so much, Ismail. And this sold for $3.75 plus shipping to boot. Thank you so much for that. So made a good deal because we have lots and lots and lots of different parts and weapons. And next up, you've been seeing them. They're over here on this side. We've showed them a couple videos ago. Threshold Plant Mr. Plastic Pump. Seems like once you start selling one, if you have a lot of quantity and the variety, all of a sudden you start selling a bunch of them. So that's usually what happens, and this is what happened here. Herbert purchased 2 of them. Thank you so much. Has already been shipped out to you. Took advantage of the March discount. And these 2 pumps sold for $9.90 plus ship. Very, very good. And let's go moving on ahead. All right. The weather's got to be doing something crazy because the internet is just jacked up here today a little bit. Fill in the page. There we go. All right, we're heading to it. All right, HeroClix, here we go. And then also we sell some HeroClix. Daren has 2 big boxes of those. This one's a 2012 HeroClix Whiz Kids. DC Comics Batgirl, found in the HeroClix box. And Dante took advantage of the March discount. Thank you so much. And this HeroClix sold for $5.98 plus ship. And then this next one we found in an Amazon high piece count palette that we purchased about 1.5 years ago. This is, and it's mint package, never been opened, sealed in plastic. Yellow and design tapestry wall hanging. And this went out to Raven. Very, very lovely. Thank you so much, Raven. And this sold for $15 plus ship. And selling Halloween makeup, guys, even in March. Matthew not only bought 1, but also 2 sets of this. This is from Wolf Novelties, the water activated makeup white. So that way you can kind of paint your face all white before you paint in other colors and so forth. And this makeup sold for $13.98 plus ship. So I believe this was a party palette we bought 1.5 years ago, and got a bunch of Halloween makeup costumes and accessories in. And next up from the media buy, thank you, Daren, for helping me find this particular one. This was a DVD, 2006 Gridiron Gang widescreen edition. And this DVD went out to Karen. Hey, Karen, it's already on its way to you. And this DVD sold for $6.98 plus ship. And then, of course, from our clothing palettes, we have a lot of these, not particularly in this size. We only have a couple left, but we have them in other sizes. From All in Motion, Women's Simplicity Mid-Rise Capri Leggings, color olive green, size large. Lori took advantage of the March discount. Thank you, Lori. And these sold for $9.99. Not too bad. When in these palettes, we only paid maybe about $1 a piece per item. So very, very good. And we do still sell toys, guys. Very much so. From the Halo series, Halo Infinite, UNSC Marine with Commando Rifle. This was found on the Atom 2 shelf, and I believe it was overseas, I think. Possibly. Don't hold me to that. It was an international order. And this one went out to Rick. Hi, Rick. Thanks so much. If it's not Rick, let me know, but I think it was. And this item sold for $22.02 plus ship. So must have sent off a small little offer there for him. And then Blu-rays. We do sell Blu-rays. And I think in our newest buy, we did get 1 or 2 Blu-rays in that pile. 2011 Blu-ray, Glee, the 3D concert. And, of course, this was found in the Toy Barn. Paul took advantage of the March discount. Thank you, Paul. This Blu-ray sold for $5.98 plus ship. Very, very good. And gotta love the vinyls. Linda Ronstadt, Get Closer, 33 RPM. This one was really cool. This one was sealed in plastic still. So for it being sealed in plastic from 1982, that's pretty cool. What is that? What? 82 to 92, 02, 12. That's like, what, 43 years of not ever being opened. That's pretty cool. Was found, of course, in our vinyl record area. Sold to Alexander. Thank you so much. And this one sold for $15.56 plus ship. I think you got a little teeny tiny discount, or maybe an offer was sent there. And another CD this time. This one was Jethro Tull Aqualung Live. And, of course, was found in the DVD case over here that we have in the Toy Barn. This one went out to Michael. Thanks so much, Michael. Already on its way to you. And this CD sold for $4 plus ship. And then from our Motu buy, our Masters of the Universe buy that we purchased last summer in July from the Brandon buy. This is the 1981 vintage Masters of the Universe Man-at-Arms action figure, found, of course, in the Motu tote. Went out to Sean. Hey, Sean, thanks so much. We appreciate it. And it sold for $12.78 plus ship. So just a little teeny tiny offer. So you notice that there are coupon offers and there's offers that we send out every time we get one. And there's some earbuds. So we have a ton of these, actually. I say that we have 2 here, but we also have others that are over there, I think, on other sites. This is from Heyday Wireless Earbuds, Bluetooth enabled, pink multicolor. Brand new in package, never opened. And this one went out to Elizabeth, and Elizabeth took advantage of the March discount. Thank you, Elizabeth. And they sold for, wow, $14.95 plus ship. Very, very good. And then we're still selling winter stuff, which is great. This one was a repeat buyer, not only, but she also bought 2 items in a row, and those are already out to you, Hannah. The very first one is the Cat and Jack Black Faux Leather Zipper Boots, size 13. She took advantage of the March discount, and she also bought the 2023 new Cat and Jack Yellow Striped Black Kids 2-pack gloves. Found in the Toy Tote. And all of these together, I had to put them together. I had to combine them and then give her the overage of shipping back. So the first one, the boots were $10.99 plus ship. And then the gloves were $4.98 plus shipping to boot. Thank you so much. So let's see if I've got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, 15. So 15 items we're talking about today that are already out the door. And then, of course, we've got more to share on Madcap Toys and what they sold, as well as Madcap Toys Plus, Poshmark, and Mercari. So we've had some Poshmark sales. Just told Daren about one last night. I've got to get that fulfilled, as well as some Mercari we got to find very, very soon here. So that's basically all I had today, guys, but we were excited to share with you that buy. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. I'm going to get back inside because, like, again, I know that there is some storms coming up and I want to be safe. But until next time, guys, bye-bye.